What is up, YouTube? What is up, Facebook? What is up, everybody? However you watching Fila, however you listening to Fila. What is up, you guys? How are you doing? Welcome to the Dream Report. I'm here with Davonte. How you doing today, Davonte?
I am doing a lot better now that somebody we know is pushing P, and what we saying P is for Player of the Week. Ryan Howard is Player of the Week, y'all.
Man, as a rookie, let's go ahead and put the stats up. 21 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. That's kind of heard of. She's coming in. Mind you, let's look at Asia's numbers. Asia, who is an established veteran, who is the face in this league, she's averaging 15, 11, and really 4 blocks per game. Like they're both playing at elite levels right now. We'll go ahead and cover the Aces game. We kind of got beat. Got smacked. It showed us where we were a little bit for with that team. I feel like Tiffany adds another layer, but that game showed us where we were at, talent wise. And I think really and truly, that was the worst defensive game I think I've seen them play all year. Um, of course, we were coming. We were hyped about being 2-0, and coming in hype. Second home game of the season, came out kind of flat and just stayed flat. I think their defense kind of made us look as flat, and then we couldn't play. We couldn't guard the perimeter if we tried. I can't remember the amount of threes they hit, but it was a ridiculous number. It just felt like they couldn't miss. So how did that game feel for you, Devontae?
It made me feel that the youth of our team really showed because we know the Aces are a super veteran team. They had, like, what's her name? Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray. Like, they got Asia Wilson, Dearica Hamby. Like, I came into this game with high hopes, but then during I was like, yeah, they're killing us, bro. They're killing us right now. So it
Yeah,
did show us that. I mean, that's the ceiling, bro. Ceiling of a team that we know has been to the finals multiple times since they've been there. So it's like we have a ways to get there, but we're seeing that Ryan Howard is coming into her own. Like this, imagine winning Player of the Week in your first week in the WNBA. That's unheard of. And then there was a
yeah.
stat that came out that said the first time, I mean, the last time somebody did that was Tamika Catchings 20
Oh
years ago.
wow. Oh
20
wow.
years ago.
That's ridiculous.
I don't
The
even
league
think he
only
was born yet, but they over
That
here
wasn't
getting Player
the
of the Week.
league. The league. It's funny because the league wasn't even. If we go back, I think we just hit 25. So let's think about that. That was a fresh new league. That was like 5 years into the league, 5 or 6 years.
Hmm.
So let's think about how really and truly she's had a legendary run in her first week. She had I don't really feel like she had a bad game versus the Aces. I feel like that game was just kind of like a game where we should have known we weren't going to come in and just dominate. Now, I think the Sparks game was a way of showing us we can make. I think the Sparks game showed us we're a playoff team. I really do believe the Sparks game showed us we're a playoff team. Now, the Aces showed us we might not be championship caliber yet. Now,
Right.
we do play them again. Of course, we play them in Vegas. So I think we play them right before the All Star break in Vegas. So that would be kind of cool. I think we should be expecting at least a couple of All Stars in this draft. I think we might get two. I really think we can get two because I know Ryan's gonna make it, and I feel like if let's actually let's shout out Air R because she did drop 21 and had a great shooting game versus the Aces. She had a great game that game. At this thing the team wasn't all the way there. Nia Coffee wasn't scoring as well as we thought she should have. I feel like she should have that game. A lot of them. I felt like we should have had. Christie's been playing. Christie kind of slowed down from the first 2 games, but she's still being a menace on both sides of the ball. So at least that's where she's gonna thrive at. Just playing, being a menace. Like she really has off ball pass on Hall of Fame for because she just makes sure you gotta have to move around her, or if you try to move, she's gonna be right on your hip. So Tiffany is back. Um, she came back at the end of the Aces game. We got to see her walk in the locker room. Do you think we see her play this week or next week?
I'm gonna say next week. I think they're giving her this week to rest. You know, she came from overseas, and also she has to learn the offense. She wasn't here during camp, so I think she's gonna get in well enough to when she learns the offense, she's going to start over Christy Wallace and have Christy Wallace bring in off the bench to be the off-ball pest and also facilitate alongside Ari McDonald when she comes off the bench too. So I think it's going to be a great lineup as far as when you go from Wheeler, Hayes, Ryan, Nia Coffey, and then you got Cheyenne Parker. So I think it's going to be up, everything looking up because Tiffany Hayes has that certain slashing ability that we haven't really seen from this team. As far as when it's starting lineup, we haven't seen our players usually go to the line. I think that Tiffany Hayes has the ability to push the pace and get some of those free throw shots up.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what we need. I think that's if you look at what we've done, like if you look at what we've done and what we need, somebody that can get to the hole. We need somebody that can, because I feel like Erica really can, but I just feel like she's not showing it. Like she's been more of a trying to just break people down and shoot mid ranges when I need her to drive to the bucket. And we know that Tiffany gonna get to the bucket 9 times out of 10, and she's gonna really try to get there. And I think we just need that slasher to shake up some defenses. I think a lot of our defense, a lot of the teams know like if we gonna give it to the paint, it's gonna be to a post player, but our guards really aren't gonna get in that deep unless they're on cuts and stuff. We need our guards to penetrate, and that opens up our post players for just easy lays and we have the passing ability. Everybody on this team has is a great passer. So we've got some turnovers, but I feel like our turnovers we'll get down more throughout the season. Just off it, they need to build connection. They need to build, what they have. They haven't played together. I mean, this is their first couple games together, so they have to build that bond. But I really do think that this team is special. Um, so we can go to going to Indiana. We lose to the Aces. We go to Indiana yesterday. We win 85-79. That game felt like it should have been a lot more than it was. Um, it was really a blowout for a while. I really feel like we should have blown them out. I feel like we kept them close, and that was the problem with that game. Because I feel like we should have just dropped them off early.
Like when you watch this team, you realize that one of the things that might hold them back is their offensive efficiency. Because at first you can see Ryan hitting shots, Nia Coffey hitting shots, Sharon Parker doing her thing down low, and then maybe like the second or third quarter there's like a certain lull. So if this team could learn to be more efficient, I think they could be and be in line to hang more at the top of the big dogs. So I think. And then, as far as Ryan saying, I think she said this a game ago that she gets so much space that she didn't have in college. Now, imagine Tiffany Hayes coming back, who can also create the space herself and drive and kick. So I think she got 33 against the Fever. We
Yeah,
might see 40, 50 from her with Tiffany out there showing making space. Or if they want to kind of shoulder the load, if one person get 20, the other person get 20, I like it like that too because a W is a W at the end of the day.
yeah. Ron's been playing significant minutes. And it's shown that she's able to play those minutes. I wouldn't say she needs to play those minutes because this team is really good. But when she does plays those, she's playing 30 minutes a game right about now. So she's playing at starter level, really and truly. Her and Erica Wheeler playing. Looks if you look at it, they playing most of our minutes. And I feel like, and this isn't the thing against her, but I feel like she needs to call for the ball more. Like in certain moments in close game situations, and we're not scoring, I need her to have the ball in her hands because she's been the one to go get us a bucket late. Now,
You,
last night we did have Cheyenne do it. Cheyenne did give us our buckets last night, which I give her credit because she really locked up. I cannot think of that girl's name. Let me see if I can find it.
but,
Egbo, Egbo. At the
oh,
end of the
Queen.
game.
Yeah, Queen
Yeah,
Expo.
Queen. Yeah, she got Queen. She got Queen up out of there at the end of the game. So, I think she showed her. Everybody showed their worth. Everybody's been showing their worth for this team in certain games. Everybody, even when we lost, we still saw Ari go out there and really go out there and drop 20 and hit threes and was confident shooting them. Like wasn't just, it wasn't like four shots. Like she was really out there just
I
throwing
have
them.
to I have to remind people that Ari McDonald is 5'6", yo, and she has
Yeah, she's not
the
tall.
most ferocious game ever. Like not even when she's just like trying to do her little step back three. She's the one. Like if nobody's driving to the rock, I mean driving to the hole, she's going
She
to
gonna
do it.
take it.
And I know she ain't gonna make a layup because they gonna knock her down. But it's the fact that she has that heart and the determination to do it. So she's a special player. I think she's going to be part of the future with her and Ryan. Right now, we're seeing how everybody's cohesive and everybody's improving in their year one under coach right.
Yeah. Um. She, well, I think for Aries is that when she's gonna take a hit. That's why I like that. Like she's gonna take a hit, and you got to think there's not a lot of if you go into NBA comparisons, there's not a lot of guards that like to get hit like that. She's gonna take a charge. She's gonna take it to the rack and get fouled. But she likes that. Like that's just her game. Like that's what she does. Like she's just a little like if you gonna hit her, she's gonna get right back up and she's just gonna score. Like she's not afraid of contact. And that's kind of what I like about her because she's so small. Like she has no fear in her heart. Like she's gonna take it on you no matter what size, no matter who you are. She does not care. And I just think that's she's an appreciative piece to this team. She's a really important piece to this team, especially for the bench mob. Like she's a very, very important piece to this team. And when if she does start in the next maybe next year when she starts, like she might start by the end of the year this year, we never know. But if she starts next year, like she's a key piece next to Ryan. They're building chemistry between them slowly but surely because Ari has been playing like 30 minutes. Like she's playing like a really long. She's playing 20 something minutes off the bench. She's playing major time. She's really the sixth man. And she's playing major minutes and really good minutes with Ron that we needed. I don't know where the ones. Our next guest, I mean not our next guest, but our next game, we actually play the Fever again. We play the Fever tomorrow at 7, and then we go to the Mystics. Well, actually, we'll be home versus the Mystics. Mystics are a big game for me. Della Dawn. I can't think the girl they just drafted. That team. That's a body team. That's a big team. I think we're gonna beat Indiana again tomorrow. I don't really think that's a question. It's gonna be a tougher game because we did just play them yesterday, and we're gonna have to play them back. It's kind of like those Celtics and net series we used to have in Atlanta for the Hawks, the 2020 season. That's kind of sort of what it's gonna be tomorrow. Um, how is generational talent should be an MVP conversation. I really believe she is going to be rookie of the year. I don't think there's another rookie doing what she's doing. Not that I've seen or heard. And MVP is really going to be tough for her because it is her rookie season. But if she keeps doing what she's doing, they're gonna have to give it to her. What do you think about that, Davonte?
I think at the current rate she's going, she has to be in the conversation. Even though I understand that she is young, she is probably due to hit a wall at a certain point. But if she's going to be that efficient and shows that she's one of the next WNBA greats, I mean, I'm not going to stop her from even being in the conversation. I mean, if she's going to beat out former MVP Asia Wilson on stats, I mean, you got to put her in that conversation. If she's going to beat out Elena Del Don, if she's going to beat out Candice Parker, players like that, then she got to be in the conversation at this point.
Yeah. It's funny if you look at the standings, we're the number one team um in the league right now. So that's surprising from what we were last year. It's us and the Ace. The only teams that are 3-1 right now is the Aces, the Dream, and the Mystics. So everybody else is kind of. I don't know why Connecticut's only played 2 games in the whole season. That doesn't make sense to me. Uh, it's a weird bunch of scheduling. But yeah, Ryan. Right now, if I go to her splits right now, she's shooting at 40%. Basically, yeah, she's shooting at 40%. She might be 40. Is she 40, 30, 90? Well, no, she's not. Her free throws is the only thing that's not keeping, but she hasn't had that many games. So even to start the season out at 40, really 40, yeah, 40, 40, the 40, 40 club, and then 70 at the free throw line, but she's not really getting hit like that in my eyes. I feel like they're not giving her a lot of calls this, and they're not giving a lot of calls to anybody this year. So I'm not surprised that free throw. I feel like free throw percentages for everybody will be down unless you're big. Um, because that seems like the only team people they're giving the calls to is the bigs. So what do you expect tomorrow, Davonte, about just the team? We're going to play the Fever again, and then what do you think about the Mystics game?
I think the Fever are going to get the same treatment they got in the first game. They're going to lose again because this team is showing that they, he leaps and bounds further in development. I guess the Fever are just when it comes to like a general manager point of view, they are a mess. Like
Yeah.
absolutely, they don't have a vision. But when it comes to the Mystics game, we know that that's a veteran team right there. I think they said Elena Dale Don's going to play, so that's going to be a big test for Cheyenne Parker to limit her effectiveness in the post. But we're going to have to see Ryan Howard do what Ryan Howard does and lead us to that win.
Yeah, I think we're putting a lot on her, but uh we put a lot on Trey when he got here. We put a lot of our young people when they come here. We ex, I don't think we expected as much as I think we expected more because she was the number one pick. Well, not expecting more, but we expected her to be good. But I don't think we expected her to be this good. Um, like this is like generational talent type stuff, and we haven't had that since Angel, so this is gonna be fun. And then you add Tiffany, you still got Monique who doesn't, and they had us they were talking about on the broadcast about Monique and how she said, I'm just a vet on this team. And I'm glad a lot of those people bought into that. A lot of our girls bought into that. They really bought into their roles. They didn't really come in and be this, I need to start, I need to do this, I need to do that. They came in and just played their roles very well. And I think that's what's helping us win. It's just them playing their role, like them being able to,
I
be
have to agree.
themselves.
I have to agree because they're certainly playing a role. See, Monique started all last season. He came in this
Yeah.
season. Geez, the backup, power forward slash center, and she hasn't complained about anything. She comes in there, plays her solid defense, gets those rebounds, and then she is a solid player in the post. Even though I don't think she's been efficient as of yet, but there's players like that taking their role and just saying, you know what, that's who I am right here. Same with Ari. Ari could have been saying like, well, I mean, y'all traded Kennedy. Why am I not starting at point guard? But she come in and saying, you know what, this is my second year. Let's get it, and develop. So
Yeah.
and Christy Wallace coming in and starting for right now, and I'm pretty sure when Tiffany's back, she's like, you know what, I'll take a backup role and still be on this team and show my worth. So this is a whole bunch of team that's buying in, and the best part about them buying in is that Tanisha Wright, Coach Wright, this is her first year. So if you can get your team to buy in year one, you can keep getting there and to buy in during the years following.
Bro, going by team shootings, and rankings, we are fourth in 3-point percentage. We are second in free throw rate, third in 3-point rate. We're fourth in percentage points from the free throw line. We're second in points from two, and we're third from points from percent points from three. We're third, and we have the number. We really and truly, if you go off field goal percentage, we have the number one defense in the league right now. If you go off straight field goal opponent field goal percentage, they are averaging 37%. We are number one ranked in the league right now. And I give credit to Coach Wright for that, because what we were last year compared to what we are now, like you can tell, like it's crazy to think about that. We're number one. We really and truly were getting blown out last year, and now we got the Dallas. We really blew Dallas out. You got LA. We really should have blown LA out. We let them come back close, which I think that needs to be a thing where we got to address closing games out. Of course, you want to put your foot on their necks, but we got to realize we have to put our foot on a lot of teams' neck, because we're talented, and we should know that if we're scoring at a high level, keep scoring. And I think I love seeing Coach Wright telling Ryan to keep shooting, because Ron said, "Yeah, I'm always open," and the first thing she said was, "I need her to shoot more." So, that's the thing where she wants to score, but we're playing a great defense. Like to think about, we're going to be we have the number one defense in the league is ridiculous.
Say, I'll repeat that last part again.
I said we're I said to have the number one defense in the league after what we did after last year is crazy in her first year, really and truly.
That to me is amazing. Thinking about what we came through from last season to this season.
Yeah, yeah, like really and truly. Like I don't even think that's to 37%. We're holding teams to 37%. Like that's ridiculous. You don't really stop a lot of teams like that. Like that's really we're number one in defensive rebounds per game, which is still with bro, total rebounds per game, we're third in the league. And we're holding teams. We're second in offensive rebounding. We're kind of we're showing we're whole. Only thing that's not good for us is assists. That's like in turnovers, where we average 20 turnovers per game, and then we averaging only 13 assists per game. So
That's just what shows you the youth that they got to gel together. You know, because we've seen
yeah,
the starting lineup. They're good across the half court and not be able to run a certain set right. You know, because how the defense is playing, we don't have those certain slashers in the lineups. And then sometimes Nia Coffee, she's kind of off. Sometimes Cheyenne Parker, she's not really stretching because she has to do dirty work down low. So spacing is there, but as far as driving and kicking, getting those easy assists, you're not going to really see them unless they're in transition. Because we've seen Rhyne and Christy, to be exact, go out in transition to get those buckets. So I
yeah,
think once they keep playing and once they understand what each and one of them can actually do, that you're going to see the assists rank up.
yeah. Um, I think really the thing that's really the only thing that messed our games up, our percentages up. The game that messed our percentages up is of course the game we lost by 23. So that's the only thing that's really. But we're a great team. Like even if we're gonna go statistically, we're a great team, and these first four games kind of showed us that. I think she deserved. I think we're getting into we're gonna get into a stretch where we're gonna have to go to the West Coast, of course, which is gonna be we're gonna have to play Mercury, we're gonna have to play Seattle, and we're gonna have to go probably we're gonna have to go play LA, you're gonna have to go play Vegas, like, and that's gonna be a stretch where we're going to nine. We're getting games at 10 o'clock, so we're getting to see Ron and see if she can adjust the time and stuff like that. Like we're gonna get to a stretch where we know if this team is super super good or if we're on a hot stretch. And I think we get after the first 10, you'll get my when I we get past the first 10, that's when I know what this team is. Like these first five though, it's been surprising because I feel like to beat LA, to beat Dallas, and we would have beat Vegas, and then would have beat the Fever. I feel like we still are the number one team in the league right now in my eyes. But to think about it, like power rankings wise, you couldn't have not ignored the Dream. You just couldn't have.
And we know that everybody did, especially during the preseason. Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, the Dream's going to be in line for another top pick." Now everybody's just saying, "Oh, look at Ryan, how great she is." We already knew. She was the number
Yeah,
one prospect for a while now. The difference was who was going to get her, because we had to make a trade with Washington for the first overall pick. We gave it our third and our I think 14th overall pick to go up there. So we got her. And now
yeah,
she's showing exactly why she was their top prospect in the 2022 WNBA draft. Now I'm so excited for how this team looks moving forward because it's exciting. You're seeing games being sold out. You're seeing the support. You're seeing the new jerseys, and you're seeing the teams getting shirts, all this merchandise. You're seeing a new movement down here in Atlanta. So I advise everyone to be down with it.
yeah. I advise you, if you don't own a piece of Dream Gear, buy a piece of Dream Gear. Okay, if it's a hat, a shirt, whatever it is, go on the website, just buy a piece of something. Look, they got a really cool Atlanta collection, which is really cool. It's the font from the show. and it has the Dream stuff on it. So if you're an Atlanta fan, go on the Dreams website and go buy some merch, man. Like let's support
They're
these
selling.
girls.
They are officially selling the red jersey and the black jersey. The gray, what is gray? The
The
gray
Heather,
jersey.
yeah,
Now I was just
yeah.
told that earlier today that Nike is just not selling the white jerseys for some reason. So we're gonna start a petition somewhere. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. We want all the merch that we can get because there's no reason they shouldn't sell those type of jerseys. We need everybody to be walking around town with the number 10 on, with the number 25, whatever number that you feel like that you want to wear. We're going to start the movement with ourselves at Georgia Sports Hospitality Media, Field Sports Podcast, Mad Mike Sports, all of us. We're going to start the movement and say support our team through anything and everything.
This is a look. This is an Atlanta team. As much as we young, look, because as soon as if we imagine we win a championship, and of course y'all are gonna be there 9 times out of 10 talking about you, a Dream fan. Be a real Dream fan. Just really support the team. Show people that you're a real Dream fan. Don't just join the bandwagon when we start winning, like a lot of people are already doing. So if you was a fan last year, this season should make you happy. This season should really just put you on to like, it brings you back to happier days because I mean from the wobble to last season to this season, it has been just unique experience to be a Dream fan. So we're gonna go ahead and end out of here. Davonte, anything else you want to add?
All I'm going to say is just this right here. Just support the team through the ups and the downs. We know as a young team, there can be downs and there can be more downs than ups. We don't need to treat our team like some people treat the Hawks, some people treat the Falcons, all the other teams in Atlanta. If they have a little bad stretch, yes, bad stretches are common in every sport. We don't need to say, fire the head coach, fire Nick McMillan because Nick McMillan, I don't like him. We don't need to do all that. So, support Coach Wright and something that she is building in Atlanta. We are Atlanta, and that's all I have to say.
Hey, support Renee. Shout out y'all. We everybody in Atlanta fell in love with Renee when she started doing the Hawk stuff, and then she came and bought the Dream. Of course, she was on the Dream, of course. But a lot of people, if you weren't a Dream fan when she was on the Dream, when she started doing the Hawks pregame and postgame, a lot of people fell in love with her. So let's always remember, like, let's show her the support that she played for this city. She went and bought a team for this city so that we could be good again. Like, let's show her that we really care about her and we care about that. Like, let's make her feel appreciated because we could have just sucked. Let's be honest. We could have just had an owner that didn't care about the team and we sucked. So we got somebody that really cares about the team and really cares about everything that this team does. He's very hands on, you can tell, and let's be happy. Let's get ready to go. Like, this is the early season. This buy your stuff, man. When we get to the All-Star break, it's full go. It's foot on the gas. We get to the playoffs. So you got some time before July to where we getting ready to, you get to July. I think it's July. I don't know the exact date. But oh yeah, we play the Aces on my birthday. I remember that. Yeah. So July, they really don't even have the date set up for the All Star game, which is hilarious. And we don't know them in the Commissioner's Cup. But yo, we got. I want to look at our Commissioner's Cup thing before we go because I think we're up. I think we have like 3 wins on the Commissioner Cup right now. If I can find it before we go, um, the 2022 NBA Commissioner's Cup standings, we are third. Well, we're tied. Everybody has one right now. We have the Mystics game is big, and when we play the Sky, that's another big game. So we have to win those 2 games. We really and truly we got to beat the Mystics and we got to beat the Sky. That's how I see it. So if you guys you guys know what the Commissioner Cup is, that gives the girls some more money. It gives them it's a big jackpot for them to add to their check. So we want to win these games to get to that cup. Um, with that, I'm out of here. Thank you, Davonte, for coming on. We'll be back. Actually, we'll be back after the Mystics game. So what'll be our next show? So if you're a Dream fan, share this out with everybody. Like, subscribe. If you're watching it another time, please leave a comment. No matter what channel you leave a comment on, I'll see it and I'll respond to it. me or Davonte, or you might get Mike to respond to you. So make sure you figure out who. Go on the channels, talk to us about the dream. If you have any questions, shoot it my way on Twitter at Call on Tyrone ATL. Shoot any other Twitter questions to Davonte at Cookie by Nature on Twitter. You can
Yeah.
find me on
And we
Facebook.
got a group chat. Y'all want
We
to
do
join
have
that
a group
dream
chat.
group chat?
Yes, we do have a dream group chat on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter and you want to, actually, if you want to be in the group chat, tell me, send me a DM. I will accept your message request. Just make sure you tell me who you are. So thank you for coming out with all of what we said. Get ready for Mad Mike. He's on in 8 minutes. So y'all, if you're here for him, he'll be on in 8 minutes. Him and K Styles. We're gonna have a good discussion tonight, y'all. So make sure y'all go over there and listen to it. Peace.